Welcome to the Ben Mulroney Show. It is Tuesday, November 20th. And what a day yesterday was listen, I guess it was a couple of months ago, this guy, Ryan Wedding, appeared on everybody's news feeds. I'd never heard of him before, unless you were knew every single Olympian who's ever been in the Olympics. You would not have remembered Ryan Wedding. But Ryan Wedding is a former Canadian Olympian who was accused of importing 60 tons of cocaine per year into Los Angeles, laundering money, intimidating witnesses, and orchestrating the murder of key federal witness Jonathan Acevedo Garcia, whose location was exposed via a now deleted website called The Dirty News. And now that the biggest names in law enforcement are marshaling their resources against this guy. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel announced new charges against the fugitive, alleging he leads one of the world's most violent and prolific drug trafficking networks. Let's listen to Kash Patel.
Most importantly, you do not get to be a drug kingpin and evade the law. Make no mistake about it. Ryan Wedding is a modern-day iteration of Pablo Escobar. He's a modern-day iteration of El Chapo Guzman. This Justice Department and this FBI will work with our Canadian counterparts and the government officials across the world to bring him to justice. He is responsible for engineering a narco-trafficking and narco-terrorism program that we have not seen in a long time. He will not evade justice. We are here today because this Department of Justice, behind Attorney General's brilliant leadership and the Deputy Attorney General, have made it clear to the American people with the indictments they have brought that law enforcement and agencies like this FBI will lead the effort to go out there and make sure these animals are brought to justice. And that's exactly what we will do.
I mean, this was a bananas press conference. He's the modern day El Chapo. He's the modern day, what's the guy's name? The Escobar, Pablo Escobar, modern day Escobar, this Olympian. Pam Bondi was also at the press conference. As I said, she's the Attorney General. Listen to her description as to how much cocaine Ryan Wedding was responsible for trafficking.
60 metric tons of cocaine a year into Los Angeles via semi-trucks from Mexico. To put that in perspective, 60 metric tons is approximately the weight of 40 standard cars. Imagine that. That's how much cocaine, the weight of 40 cars, he is bringing into our country a year.
Yeah, and he was doing it for a really long time, allegedly. And so authorities seized large quantities of cocaine, weapons, millions of dollars in assets. As you just heard, he's likened to Pablo Escobar and El Chapo, and he's on the FBI's 10 most wanted list. There's a bounty. There's a reward of $10 to $15 million.
No, it's gone up to 15 from 10.
10 to $15 million. And the Canadian authorities, meanwhile, arrested 7 Canadians, including alleged hitman Atna Ona, and his lawyer, Deepak Paradkar, known as the cocaine lawyer.
Yeah, when that's your nickname.
When that's your nickname, your career might have gone down the wrong path. And hopefully the FBI is working harder than Ryan Wedding, and they will catch him in short order because this guy's a bad dude. All right, we're going to move on to another story. Global News has learned, this is a shocker. If anyone read this, there's no way they were prepared for it.
Great reporting by Stuart Bell and Jeff Semple.
Yes, they've learned of an alleged Canadian links, a number of links to the operations of Hamas. And among them, a Canadian is alleged to be part of the Hamas executive team and runs the group's investments office, which funds operations. So let's say that again. There's a Canadian whose job it is to make money for Hamas, and that money goes into their operations. Now, what operations? Oh, I don't know, October 7th, maybe? Like, that's the type of operation that they deal with. Let's listen to a little bit of this story.
Before launching its attack on Israel on October 7th, Hamas had deep pockets, billions of dollars in revenue and assets. According to U.S. officials, those investments were and are allegedly overseen by this man, Usama Ali, a Canadian.
It doesn't surprise. Having a foreign passport, especially a Western passport, is a ticket to travel.
Ali is believed to be living in Turkey, where since 2017 he's allegedly run the Hamas investment office. According to U.S. officials, it oversees up to $1 billion in assets through a network of businesses and real estate holdings across several countries.
So it's very important. You are living off the income that the companies are generating.
U.S. officials say a significant portion of those funds then flowed to Hamas's military wing.
Yeah, so that's exactly what we were saying. There are Canadians allegedly working to make money for Hamas so that Hamas can keep their bloodthirsty terror reign alive.
And they've uncovered 450 people.
450 people in this country. Global News uncovered them. Not the government. Global News. I don't know how many more times I have to say it. On issues that should be taken very seriously, this government, hopefully this is still a hangover from the Trudeau years. Hopefully this is not who Mark Carney, the ship Mark Carney's running. Justin Trudeau and his team proved very unserious. What about the interview we did yesterday about the fact that Canada is losing our best and brightest immigrants at an alarming rate?
1 out of 5.
And our guest told us that there is at Immigration Canada, there's no plan, there's no policy, and there's no one working on keeping them once they're here.
They don't even have the numbers.
They don't even know how many leave.
Yeah.
That's the Canadian way, right?
It is the Canadian way.
Like, we don't get our ducks in a row on this. We don't have the ability to follow anybody who stayed in Canada too long after a visa. We don't have the Border Patrol agents to do that. We don't have the technology, even if we had the people. And you could list the list as long as my arm. Look at British Columbia trying to do the Portuguese model of drug legalization or decriminalization without building out the mental health network required to divert them to that. Instead, they're like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. That's what we do in this country. We make a big fanfare about a big change, and then we don't take the requisite steps to make sure that the program will be a success. Thanks so much for watching the show. Now, if you enjoyed what you saw, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode of The Ben Mulroney Show.